might just be checking in right now, Jim is asking the women behind us questions. He doesn't know who is who. He doesn't know which lady belongs to which picture. And then he's going to base a decision at the end and to go on a date with one of the women. So we'll go ahead and, Jim, you can go to question number 3.
Question number 3, and this time I'll start with Kristen. If you took me out to a restaurant, what kind of food would we be eating? Would we be eating Italian, Chinese, or soul food?
Well, I think first I'd find out what you like, but if it were up to me, it would be Italian food because that's my favorite.
Next one is for Linda.
I would also pick Italian mainly because with an Italian meal, it's not just about the food, it's about the experience, the ambiance, the people, the conversation. It's a much more exciting experience as opposed to just having a dinner.
Good answer, huh, Jim? Since you're
Nice.
Italian, you like those answers, huh?
I do.
Okay, Diane?
I would probably go for Chinese because to me it sounds the healthiest, and I like to be health conscious.
Same question, Randy?
It's a real toss-up between Chinese and Italian, but I'd probably ask you which you prefer, and if you said Chinese, I would take you to the greatest little dive Chinese restaurant that I grew up with. That would be just totally rock your world.
Wow. Question number 6, and this is for Randy. Who has the most characteristics of the man of your dreams? Would it be Albert Einstein, Donald Trump, or Brad Pitt?
Well, I've been lucky enough to meet 2 out of the 3, and unfortunately that wasn't Albert in this case. But I'm a real philanthropic. My mind is very philanthropic, so nothing against Mr. Trump, but I think I'd probably lean towards Brad, not because of his great looks and his sincerity and being a wonderful guy, but his whole approach to the world and making a difference. I really respect that in him.
Kristen, same question?
Well, I like parts of all of them. I like Albert Einstein for his intelligence and Donald Trump for his strengths. But I think Brad Pitt would be my favorite just because he's an all-around good guy and has a lot of that plus more.
Linda, same question.
Well, I certainly admire the brilliance of someone like Albert Einstein and the tenacity of Donald Trump. And both those guys, you got to give them credit for their wild hairdos that they have. But I would definitely pick Brad Pitt. He does seem like a genuine person, even with his fame. And he seems like a kind and gentle soul, very giving. And certainly his looks are just a bonus.
Okay.
Thank you.
Diane,
Excellent.
last question to you.
I definitely pick Albert Einstein. I think I am so attracted to men with brains. Somebody that has just got it together and knows everything, and somebody that I could lean on and just know it, just the power.
This would be for Kristen. What TV show best describes your most recent dating experiences? Would it be Friends, Mission Impossible, or Sex and the City?
I don't watch Mission Impossible, so I don't know if that is a play on words or if you meant the show. I love both Friends and Sex and the City, and I could relate to both of them in different ways. And there's probably parts of both of the shows that I would take from as my dating experiences.
Linda?
I agree with Kristen. A lot of it's a combination, but sometimes in the dating world, being friends is Mission Impossible, so that's a whole other idea. But Sex and the City is a lot of drama and high maintenance, which I am not, so I don't relate so much to that. And I guess it would be Friends because just looking at the show, there's a lot of humor in that show. They find the funny parts of every situation, and I think when you're dating, a sense of humor is mandatory.
Okay.
Thank you. Same question, Diane.
Well, I sure hope for my next dating experience to be Sex and the City. But right now it's Mission Impossible.
Okay. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
Randy?
I've dated so many characters, and there's so many layers to them that I could only relate it to Sex and the City because those poor girls have gone through hell and back with their dating life, and I sort of relate to it.
Okay, thank you, Randy. If you at home would like to play along, that would be great. So if you hear a voice, if you think, just kind of for the fun of it, see if you can tell which picture you think belongs to that voice. Okay, we'll go ahead to the next question. Jim?
Randy, describe your best vacation yet.
It's kind of a toss-up. Recently, I went to Napa Valley, and I just loved it. A destination that I just loved, and I was really sad to leave, was when I went to Tahiti. I just never wanted to leave. It's just so peaceful and laid back, and just felt so at home there.
Kristen, how about for you?
Well, I spent 2 months in Europe last summer, in Budapest and through Italy. I think my favorite place was Switzerland at Jungfrau, where the ice castles are, about at Interlaken, where there's 2 lakes. And it's just gorgeous. I could spend a month there easily.
Okay. And Linda, do you want to go ahead and tell us your best vacation destination yet?
Sure. I, just like Randy, I have really 2. I recently, a couple years ago, went to a family reunion in Alberta, Canada, and that was just extremely memorable, just reconnecting with family I hadn't seen in a lot of years. And then secondly, recently went to Cancun, and just laying around in a bikini 24/7 with no cares in the world, it just doesn't get much better than that.
Thank you.
Okay. One more, Diane.
Okay, my best vacation yet was skinny dipping in the at the
knew it was
Great
gonna be
Barrier
something like
Reef
that.
in Australia. It was so amazing, and just me and the turtles and the coral. It was just completely amazing.
Okay, thank you, Diane. You're getting a good idea of everyone's personality, that's for sure.
I
aren't
sure
you?
am, Karalee.
Okay, Jim, we want to make sure we have enough time for you to make your decision, too, and
I know.
decide which women, you've got to tally up your scores,
Okay.
and then tell us which woman you want to go on a date with, and then also tell us which picture you think is theirs. Do we have time for one more question? I think possibly. So if we could answer this quickly, ladies, that would be great. Question number 11. Go ahead, Jim.
Starts with Linda.
Yeah.
Linda, if you had a tattoo, what would it be and where would you put it?
If I had a tattoo, it would be a pair of lips tattooed on the back of my neck, because that is an extremely sensitive spot for me, and I think if I showed someone that tattoo, it just gives them a subtle hint.
Diane?
Well, mine wouldn't be a subtle hint. I would put a tattoo of your name, Jim, right on my private.
Okay, Randy, go ahead, please.
I've always wanted a tattoo. I have to tell you. Everyone always pushes me away. I sort of make a beeline for that tattoo parlor every time I walk by. I've always wanted a little butterfly on the lower part of my back for as long as I could remember.
Thank you.
Kristen, how about for you?
I would have right under the hairline on the neck, in the back, a little tattoo that said Bella, which means beautiful.
I'm sorry, it said?
Bella means beautiful in Italian.
See.
Okay, well, I think that's probably it for the questions. And why don't you go ahead and tally up your scores?
I think in terms of total points, I would say that Linda probably scored the greatest number of points, and for some reason my intuition screams Kristen.
Okay, ladies, come on out one at a time quickly because we're about ready to stop right over there on the other side. Okay. Oh, he chose this lady here as being Kristen. This is Randy. Randy, meet Jim. Okay, the next lady, please. Okay, and this is Linda. Linda, meet Jim. This is Linda, and oh, you thought that was your lady. The next lady, please come on out. Okay, this is going to be Diane. Diane, please meet Jim. Okay, and then